You know, everybody's able to have one bad race, so if I do have a bad race, I don't want everybody for the next 5 years saying, yeah, you won a 250 and you're the only guy to ever do it, but still Ricky beat you this year, you know. And, you know, that's the bad thing. I'd feel a lot better if there was 4 of them. I'd feel a little better about if it doesn't happen here, it'll happen somewhere else, you know. I felt like I've had a great season, so I definitely got my work cut out for me here. This is probably just as important as, well, more important than any race of the entire season yet this far.
I'd like to think that I could win. I think it's going to be a good race if we come out 1 and 2. It's going to have to be that way because we're both about the same speed. So, you know, it's really no pressure on me because, you know, I shouldn't win. It's my first year. He's been in it for 2 years. So, I mean, he should be a little bit more faster than me. But I'm doing really well. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's going to be where the start is, that's for sure.
Basically, I had to win the championship this year, and I couldn't take any extra chances that weren't necessary. And I didn't, and now I won the championship. Now I can go out here, and if I crash, I crash. At least I'm going for it, and I'm trying.
You know, David, Ferry knowing that he had to have a plate to get a ride for next year. But now this is so important after he went out and won that heat race very impressively. It's very important for him to get a win under his belt.
And I think you can see that on his face. A moment ago as he was getting ready to take that parade lap, just looking at the look on his face, it didn't look like he was feeling very good or very focused. It's hard to tell which, but when he's on, he's beautiful to watch, and he can open up a huge lead. But there you got number 70, the new phenomenon, Ricky Carmichael. He had a disgusting heat race. He hasn't been very happy all day with the way he's felt, but that kid can go back to the pits and regroup and come out swinging for the main, and so can Windham.
Last year, we had the most East-West matchups of all time. 4. Windham took 3 out of the 4. Pashon, the lone victor on the other side of the fence. But here tonight, who will get the bragging rights? The East Rider or the West Rider? The West has won 19 times of these matchups. The East 11 times. Who now will get the 1/900 Pro Race Whole Shot Award as they are off? And it's 57 on the outside gets the Whole Shot Award. Yes, David Pingree. But taking over things right away is Jeffrey Willow.
And right there already, side by side, Carmichael and Windham. Carmichael gets the edge.
Windham to the inside, bar to bar. They jump into the corner. Oh, what a great race behind the leaders. Here comes Carmichael, number 70.
That was close, very close. Carmichael had no room. No room at all, but he got aggressive, kept it upright.
Here's Carmichael giving the pressure to Jeffrey Willow of Team Nolene Yamaha. His best finish of 5th in Minneapolis. Carmichael, of course, with an up-and-down season, blitzes by on the short whoop side. Now goes into the long whoops. Can he get a lead on Windham, who's back in 4th, gunning for 3rd?
You can see Windham, he doesn't care about anybody else but that number 70. He wants him. That's what it's going to come down to, it looks like. Not taking anything away from Willow or Pingree or anybody else. Sheik's in contention, too. You can see those guys. Tim Ferry has got a horrible start. He's got a lot of work to do to catch those guys if he ever can. Raynard's right there with him. There you see Ferry heading up to the triple, and it looks like something may be wrong.
He's 14th. Out in front, though, it's Carmichael.
Ferry's not up to speed, so something may have happened in that first lap. Now, what's interesting is Willow was able to go for that triple right behind Carmichael, and Windham didn't do it. So that gave a little bit more advantage to RC.
RC pulling out now as here comes Windham. Windham's going to make the move on Willow, and he passes easily into 2nd place. But does Windham now have the smooth technique to catch up with the blistering speed of Ricky Carmichael? This is the showdown we wanted to see.
This is I think what everybody was anticipating. Sure, there's the Ferries and the Dowds and the Sheiks, but really the story has been Carmichael and Windham, and here they are 1st and 2nd. It's not over.
Windham, of course, taking 3 victories in the East-West matchup last year. He has 11 total 125 victories in his career. He will be going to the 250s next year, but Ricky Carmichael will be going after a title here in the 125s next year.
Oh, Willow's gone down really hard right behind the leaders. One of those rhythm sections caught him.
And everybody is passing him. It's a two-way battle out front. You see Jeff Willow there trying to cross the track to pick up the bike to try to just ride it out.
It can really mess up your concentration, too, when you get these two guys blaze by in the whoops and disappear, and you're feeling, boy, I got to pick up the pace. And he may have been riding just a little bit over his head through there.
Here's the ride we've been waiting to see. Ricky Carmichael and Kevin Windham. Windham feels it very important for his career to go out a winner. Ricky Carmichael wants to establish a new momentum for next year.
Looks to me like Windham is just a little bit more relaxed than Carmichael. He certainly had a much better heat race, and he caught Carmichael.
That's got to be a psychological effect, I would think. Carmichael, his inability to shake Windham.
Well, he went for the triple right there, and Windham didn't. And if Windham can catch right back up, I think that tells us that he's a little quicker. And it's just going to come down to being patient and choosing the right place on the racetrack to make that pass. And then if he can make it stick, well, I don't know, because Carmichael's pretty aggressive. He's not going to give it away.
The crowd is into this shootout. There's no question about it. They're on their feet as Kevin Windham and Ricky Carmichael start to get into the lappers. Jeffrey Willow, who had such an excellent start in this moto. It's through the long whoop section. Carmichael, the winningest 125 East rider. He led every lap in one of his races. And one of his outstanding races at Pontiac, he crashed early, went from 13th to first place.
Look at Windham right there. This looks like he's on a trail ride. He keeps getting close right there in that corner rather than try something else.
Oh, Windham to the inside. Kevin Windham with Ricky Carmichael right on his tail.
Just cut all the way across the track, took that line right away. Carmichael says, okay, right back at you. Look at
how tough the youngster is, 17 years old. He's going after Kevin Windham right now.
I don't think Carmichael appreciated that line. It was a smart line, and it was a clean pass, but I think it just really caught Carmichael by surprise, and he obviously didn't like it. Came right back.
Take another look now as Windham cuts in front of just a little bit, nips the rear tire, it looked like.
Now, they'd already made contact back in the corner, and that was at the finish of that pass where they came together a little bit right there, and Windham just backed off. Smart, because he's still in contact.
Oh, Windham goes by in the whoop section. Carmichael making a mistake there. Very smooth technique of Windham winning out in that particular sortie. Our coverage of the 1997 125 shootout continues from Las Vegas in a moment.